Did you know that starting March 7, 2026, the way millions of Americans interact with Social Security is changing, and most people have absolutely no idea it's happening? If you're 55 or older and you receive, or plan to receive, Social Security benefits, this video could be one of the most important things you watch this year. So settle in, because I'm going to walk you through exactly what's changing, what it means for you personally, and how to make sure you're completely prepared. And if you find this helpful, and I think you will, please give this video a like, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update, and drop a comment below telling me, did you already know about this change? Let's get into it. Now, before we dive in, I want you to take a breath, because I know that any time you hear the words Social Security and new rule in the same sentence, your heart might skip a beat. And honestly, that's completely understandable. For so many of you, Social Security isn't just a check in the mail, it's the foundation of your retirement, the result of a lifetime of hard work, and one of the most important financial pillars in your daily life. So when something changes, even if it's described as administrative, you deserve a clear, honest, and friendly explanation. That's exactly what we're here for. So let's start at the very beginning. What exactly is this new rule that kicks in on March 7, 2026? Here's the heart of it: the Social Security Administration, the SSA, is completely overhauling the way it manages appointments and processes claims. Now, think of it this way. For decades, the SSA has operated like a collection of hundreds of separate local restaurants, each with their own kitchen, their own staff, and their own waiting list. If the restaurant in your neighborhood was short-staffed or overwhelmed, you just had to wait, no matter how many open tables there were at a restaurant 2 towns over. That's essentially how Social Security offices have worked for years, and it has led to some genuinely frustrating experiences for a lot of people. Starting March 7, the SSA is retiring that old, fragmented model and replacing it with 2 brand new centralized national systems. The first is called the National Appointment Scheduling Calendar, or NASC. The second is called the National Workload Management System, or NWLM. Now, I know those names sound like something out of a government textbook, so let me explain both of them in plain language, because they actually matter quite a bit to your day-to-day experience with Social Security. Let's start with the National Appointment Scheduling Calendar. Under the old system, if you needed to make an appointment at your local Social Security office, you were pretty much tied to that specific office and whatever availability they had. If they were booked out for weeks, you waited weeks. Simple as that. But now, with the NASC, there's a single, unified national calendar that coordinates appointments across the entire country. This means you'll be able to schedule your own initial claim appointments online, from the comfort of your living room, without having to make repeated phone calls or drive to an office just to get on a waiting list. For many of you, that alone is a welcome change. And then there's the National Workload Management System, which honestly might be the more quietly powerful of the two. Here's what it does: instead of your claim being processed only by the staff at your local Social Security office, the NWLM routes cases to available agents anywhere in the country. So if your local office in, say, rural Ohio is swamped with a backlog, your case might be handled by a team in Arizona or Virginia, wherever there's capacity. The whole point is to make the wait times more equal and fair for everyone, regardless of where you live. Now, I want to pause here and address something I know is on a lot of your minds, because I've seen the comments and the questions. Does this mean your benefits are being cut? Does this affect how much you receive, or when you receive it? And the answer, a firm, clear, unambiguous answer, is absolutely not. Let me say that again for the people in the back: this change is purely administrative. It does not affect your benefit amount. It does not change your eligibility rules. It does not shift your payment dates by a single day. Your money is safe, your benefits are protected, and this change has nothing to do with the dollar amount that lands in your account. This is about the plumbing behind the scenes, the processes and systems that handle paperwork and appointments. That's it. So why is this happening now? Well, the honest truth is that the Social Security Administration has been struggling for quite some time. Staffing shortages have hit the agency hard over the past several years, and the technology many offices rely on is frankly outdated, in some cases, genuinely decades old. We're talking about systems that were built in an era before smartphones, before the internet was a household word, and before the sheer volume of baby boomers entering retirement put unprecedented pressure on every corner of the agency. The SSA itself has described this overhaul as a generation-level modernization effort, and that phrase gives you a sense of how significant this really is. Now, here's where I want to be fully transparent with you, because you deserve honesty, not just reassurance. While the long-term goal of this transition is to reduce backlogs and speed up service, experts are warning that in the short term, especially in the first few weeks and months after March 7th, there could be some disruptions. Longer wait times during the transition, some confusion as staff adapt to the new systems, and possibly some delays in processing new claims are all possibilities that have been flagged. This isn't meant to alarm you. It's meant to prepare you, so that if you do experience a longer wait or a slower response in the coming months, you'll know it's likely tied to this transition, and not some larger problem with your specific case. Think of it like your city repaving a major road. While the work is happening, there are detours and delays. But once it's done, the road is smoother, faster, and better for everyone. That's the vision here. The SSA is betting that a little short-term inconvenience will lead to a much better experience for millions of Americans in the years ahead. And given how many of you have shared stories with me about waiting on hold for hours, or driving 40 minutes to a local office only to be turned away, I think most of us can agree that the current system has needed this kind of overhaul for a long time. Now, if you have an appointment already scheduled, or if you're in the middle of filing a claim, here's what I'd encourage you to do in the days around March 7th, keep a record of everything. Write down confirmation numbers, save any letters or emails you receive from the SSA, and if you're expecting a callback or a decision, give it a little extra time before following up. A week's grace period during a major system transition is entirely reasonable, and going in with that expectation will save you a lot of unnecessary stress. And if you haven't yet created an account on SSA.gov, the Social Security Administration's official website, this is a great moment to do that. With the new National Appointment Scheduling Calendar going live, having an online account will make it significantly easier to manage appointments, check the status of your claims, and stay informed about any updates specific to your situation. It only takes a few minutes to set up, and it puts a lot of helpful information right at your fingertips. One more thing I want to highlight, because it speaks to something bigger than just logistics. This change is, in a meaningful way, an acknowledgement that the people who rely on Social Security, people like you, who have worked hard and contributed to this system for decades, deserve better. Deserve faster service. Deserve a system that doesn't penalize you for living in a high-demand area or a region with fewer staff. The push toward consistency and fairness, regardless of your zip code, is genuinely good news, even if the road to getting there has a few bumps. As we head into the closing part of today's video, I want to make sure you're walking away not with anxiety, but with clarity. You now know what's changing, you know why it's changing, you know what it means for your benefits, which is nothing, and you know what to expect in the weeks ahead. That kind of informed confidence is exactly what I want for every single one of you watching today.